Hey, I'm just a healthcare girly with 66K in student loans, slowly trying to pay it off before the year of 2027, and I'm trying to bring you along for the journey. Lately, I've been wondering, should I invest aggressively first before paying off my loans? Or should I pay off my loans before Dave Ramsey come for me?
What were you thinking?
Well, I wasn't thinking clearly.
But before I dive into my plan that I came up with, welcome back to PrettyFrugal-ish, my cozy corner of the internet where I'm figuring out my finances in real time, one paycheck and one mistake at a time. Alright, let's get into the video. Okay, so before I go over my personal strategy, I'm going to go over some pros and cons of each strategy. So the pro of investing is that you might have potential for higher returns. So the market historically returns 7 to 10% gains per year. And that leads me into my second pro is that you build wealth sooner. So the sooner I start investing, the sooner my net worth will go up. So me paying off debt first, I would miss out on being in the market. So the cons of investing in is that the growth is just not guaranteed as well. So there's going to be times where like basically the stock market goes up and down, is very volatile. There's going to be times where you don't see any returns and you might even lose money. So, to me that's a con if I have like all this debt, which leads me into my other con. The debt is, it's still gonna be there, like, and I'm still gonna have to worry about my 66K of loans there, and the interest is just gonna keep acquiring. So to me, I wouldn't want to do that strategy in full. So the pros of paying off my debt first and aggressively is that I'll see more cash flow sooner. So, which also would lead me into instant stress relief, because seeing a zero balance, you don't owe any debt and you don't have to worry about that bill. You don't have to worry about owing anybody. And some cons of it is, of course, I'm going to be delaying investing because time in the market beats timing the market. I hear YouTubers say that all the time, so I just wanted to copy it. And of course you miss market gains. So if there's a like a bullish year, like where there's you see more growth, then I will miss out on that. So I actually want to take a more hybrid approach, which is saving, investing, and paying off my debt, starting with my highest interest debt. And in another video, I discussed that my highest interest was 6.8%, and in that 6.8%, I did owe a little over $10,000, and I actually got it down to $9,000, as you can see on the screen. So I've already been paying, I want to say $350 every paycheck. So that's $350 every 2 weeks, but I want to pay even more. But I'm gradually getting into paying every paycheck. Like I said in previous videos, I want to pay $1,000 per paycheck, so that towards my highest interest loan, which is now at $9,000. And then my second highest interest loan is 5.99%, and that one is at $11,000. But so basically, for my hybrid approach, I started out by working on my emergency fund, and I got my actually I have two emergency funds. One is in a high yield savings account in Chime, and it is currently sitting at $5,000. My original goal is really to get it to $10,000, because I have I pay about $3,500 to $4,000 in expenses per month. So $10,000 should cover if I was to, God forbid, lose my job or any of that, or any bad circumstances. So that one, I'm gonna still fund it for now. I'm gonna focus on still funding it, and then I also have a backup backup savings in, and it's actually in my brokerage and I have a little over $6,000 in there, and I invested it into SGov, which is a 0 to 3 month treasury bond ETF, and it's invested in the US Treasury bills with a very short maturity. So the reason why I put money into SGov is because I wanted a higher yearly percentage of interest payment, and currently SGov is sitting at about 4.2% yield. So that's why I put a backup fund in SGov. SGov is pretty liquid. I've actually taken money out of there before. I've taken about $4,000 out of there before because I had $10,000 in there, but I had an emergency and I took $4,000 out there. And I got my money within about 2 days, I want to say. But don't take my word for anything. Do your research on these things and do what makes you comfortable. This is what made me comfortable, and I like to have backup money to my backup money. So that's why I have a regular savings in a high yield savings account at 3.5% and SGov. I get paid from my high yield savings account about $11 right now, since it's sitting at $5,000, and in my SGov I get paid about $22 per month. So the next phase of my strategy is, once I tackle the lower interest as well, but I'm starting out with the high interest. I want to pay off this loan by 2027. I do not want to have any loans by 2027. That is just my personal choice, and that's why I came up with this hybrid goal. I'm gonna go into more detail in my debt payoff, or I'm gonna make it a part of like my payday routine, or I'm gonna try to find a way to incorporate it, because I really want you guys to see the process of debt payoff from start to finish, and I really do believe that I will make this happen. Like I said, my strategy is I started out with a safety net first, and then I'm gonna go super aggressive. Right now I'm not going as aggressive, but I'm gonna go super aggressive later on. And then the third phase of my strategy is I'm investing lightly. So currently I only invest $100 a month into my Fidelity. I invest $20 a month into my Acorns, and I invest of course I invest $100 a month, $100 per paycheck, so bi-weekly, into my SGov. And I also have a Roth IRA sitting at like not that much, $5,000. So my net worth is still in the negatives because of my loans, but my goal is by 2027 I want to at least have a net worth of between 30 to 50K. I feel like that is a very doable net worth for me, because Right now I'm already at like 20K, but you know, minus my loans, which puts me in the negatives. And then by 2028, I want to have a 6-figure net worth. So that would be like the 4th phase of my plan. But let me not get way too ahead of myself. But anyways, guys, I'm going to end the video here. That is my strategy to tackle my debt by 2027. And thank you so much for anyone watching. And if you enjoyed this type of content, please give me a like, a subscribe, and leave any comments if you have any questions or if you want to engage. I will definitely respond because I don't really have much subscribers. But again, thank you guys so much. I really enjoy making these videos, and I hope I can continue to make them because I have a really busy schedule. But I'll try my best to keep up with these videos because it is pretty enjoyable. And yeah, bye.